The path to earning genuine respect involves overcoming challenges, achieving remarkable feats, and mastering the art of asserting and demanding respect once it's rightfully earned. 1. You have to earn respect. Only one type of respect really matters. The kind you have to earn, not just ask for. Let me tell you a story about a man called Habib. Habib came from the mountains, tough as nails. His English was not so great, but wrestling, now that is where he stands out. Now, when Habib first showed up, people were not kind. They would laugh, but Habib, he did not care. He just wrestled and showed what he's made of. Fight after fight, he would win by submissions and chokes. And after a while, people start paying attention. All those who laughed at his English, they're suddenly on the edge of their seats. Every punch, every choke, every submission. And before you know it, he's not just some guy from the mountains. He's a champ. Yes, you guessed it. He's not Habib. His name is Khabib Nurmagomedov, and today, the crowd loves him. It's kind of funny, really. Those same people who made fun of him, now they're his biggest fans. We always believed in Khabib, they say, but they were the first to doubt him. But Khabib, he didn't let it bother him. He just did his thing, and it worked. Consider the average person who might shy away from challenges, afraid to face criticism or failure. They might choose the easy path, avoiding any situations where they're not guaranteed success. This lack of courage to face adversity and grow from it, to stand up and be counted when it's easier to sit down and be invisible, diminishes their potential. Shying away from challenges and growth opportunities because of fear or complacency. This is weakness. 2. Never apologize in vain. First off, let's get one thing straight. Saying sorry isn't your free ticket out of Conflictville. Yes, if you have genuinely messed up, own up to it. Take responsibility. Yes. But if you're just tossing out apologies like free candy at a parade, you might as well give your dignity away as well. Mistakes are human. You can make an honest mistake and retain your dignity. This isn't a guilt trip. It's a reality check. Now, let's tackle this feminine thing stereotype head on. Picture this. Women are often seen as the peacekeepers, always quick with an "I'm sorry" to keep the boat from rocking. But anyone can fall into the sorry trap. It is like a reflex. Someone bumps into you, and whoops, out pops a sorry. But really, what are you apologizing for? Existing? Over-apologizing dilutes your words faster than a cheap cocktail. Suddenly, your heartfelt sorry carries about as much weight as a feather in a hurricane. It is as a crying wolf. Do it too often, and no one's going to believe you when it really matters. So, moral of the story? Apologize when you need to, not when it's just easier. And remember, being unapologetic is a superpower. Now go out there and use it wisely, or don't apologize for not doing so. 3. Own your ground. I am not here to sugarcoat things like some fancy life guru. I will talk about being straight to the point, taking up space. Yes, some folks out there waving their banners and all might screech toxic, but here's the raw deal. We're born to fill the space around us, not just with our bodies, but with our whole being. It's about owning the ground you walk on, not tiptoeing around like you're scared to leave a footprint. Many out there feel like they're not worth the air they breathe. always trying to shrink themselves down. But here's the twist. It's not about puffing up your chest in some silly game of who's the alpha. Nah. It's about showing you've got the guts to be seen, to be heard. You walk into a room and bam, you're there. Not just another shadow on the wall. Now imagine this. An average person today might choose to blend into the background during meetings, never voicing their opinions, just nodding along to whatever is said. They believe staying silent and unnoticed is a safer choice, avoiding any potential conflicts or judgment. But in doing so, they miss out on opportunities to contribute, to be recognized, and to grow. They are essentially making themselves invisible, both to others and to themselves. Hiding in the shadows, afraid to make your voice heard. This is weakness. So, what's one big thing you really need to stay away from? 4. Respect is not for wimps. You see, in this game of life, if you're acting like a punk, thinking you're too cool to respect others, well, you're in for a rude awakening. It's simple. You want respect? You've got to give respect. This is basic stuff, people. Doesn't matter if you're talking to the big boss or the guy sweeping the floors. Talk down to them, and you'll feel their silent wrath. Trust me, they won't be throwing you any respect. When someone does you a solid, a simple thank you and eye contact go a long way. It's about that basic human decency. Get this right, and you might just earn some respect back. And fellas, when you lock eyes with another guy, give that nod. It's like an old warrior's code. Acknowledges the other guy without any need for chest stomping. This simple gesture cuts through the nonsense in today's world, where everyone's getting soft. As for commitments, if you say you're gonna be somewhere, be there. It's about respecting their time, showing you're a man of your word. People notice these things. 5. Consistency is king. Everyone's all about respecting power, right? But here's the twist. It's got to be as constant as those annoying gym selfies on your feed. Not just some party trick you whip out to show off. Nah, it's the grind, the hustle, the endless quest to not just be another hashtag. Think about it. Power isn't just about bulging biceps or shouting louder than that guy who thinks he's a DJ on public transport. It's the swagger in your step, the steel in your stare, the way you can silence a room without dropping a meme. It's like being a wizard of influence, not just some influencer with a latte and a selfie stick. Now, let's break it down into flavors, like those fancy artisanal ice creams that cost more than your sneakers. There's physical power, yeah, but there's also the power of the mind, sharper than a witty tweet, and more enduring than the latest viral fad. There's the power of presence, you know, walking into a room and owning it, not just checking in on social media. 6. Respect yourself. Now, self-respect isn't about following the crowd or copying what's cool on Instagram. It's about figuring out what you stand for and sticking to it. Think of it like your personal rule book. And these core values, or whatever you want to call them, they're not just fancy words. They're what makes you, you. It's like your own personal brand. You've got to own it, live it, not just talk about it. If you're just faking it, well, that's like wearing a superhero costume thinking you can fly. Spoiler alert, you can't. Once you start respecting yourself, it's like you walk into a room and people just get it. They see you're not just another person trying to blend in. You've got your own style, your own way of doing things. And that, my friend, is how you get real respect. Imagine someone constantly changing their opinions and values to match those around them, always agreeing with the latest trend or the most popular person in the room. They are like a chameleon, constantly altering their true colors in a vain attempt to fit in or be liked. This lack of authenticity and conviction in one's beliefs and values is not a sign of adaptability, but a profound lack of self-respect and identity. Constantly changing your beliefs to please others and fit in. This is weakness. Embrace your true self, my friend. We all carry our unique challenges and flaws. It's crucial not to be overly concerned with what others may think of you. After all, they are likely preoccupied with their own insecurities. Rather than concealing your imperfections, take pride in displaying them. Demonstrate that you are unapologetically yourself, turning your authenticity into an impenetrable shield. Even if for some reason you feel inadequate, it is essential never to reveal insecurity or doubt about who you are. Stay composed, no matter how hard someone presses your buttons. It is in that unwavering calm that true strength is found. Staying composed in the heat of adversity is easier said than done, especially when your opponent locks eyes with you, prodding at your nerves. But fear not, my friend. Keep watching. In our next video, we'll guide you on the art of emotional camouflage, ensuring you'll never manipulate it again. Remember, you are not weak. You can do anything you set your mind to. It is simple science, consistency, and discipline will always attract success. Be a warrior, be a Spartan, but most of all, be fearless.